So Gavin, welcome. I'm really, really pleased to have you here. I know that your work now is very much based in and around Dartmoor and the inspiration that you get from that landscape. But what I get this feeling when I look at a lot of your work that it sort of has, for me, and forgive me if this is like not your intention at all, but it has some kind of sort of, an Aboriginal sort of feel to it, or an Indigenous Australian feel to it. Can you just talk a little bit about this image here, the red one that says Hearts 53?
Yeah, I'm like lots of people. I'm seduced by the power of colour, and I noticed in Australia that the colour palette was completely different to here. There was predominantly reds and oranges, and in certain parts of the country to the point where you become kind of colourblind, so that red appears as blue because you're looking at red and orange like all day. So it ends up your brain starts to play tricks on you. I equate colour that I use in my painting with my emotions, and they're informed by memories as well. And I realised at that point of like, actually, I can just go home. I can just go home and I can do exactly what I like, and I am fine and I am whole, and I don't need to get that kind of mirrored back to me by someone else. So there was a sense of completion there for me in that. And I flew back sort of within a week after that. I didn't go out and meet him, and then he disappeared. He kind of went on walkabout and died. And they tracked his tracks, and they just went out into the desert, and they stopped. They said they don't know what happened to him. They never found him. And we're talking about Aboriginal trackers who will find anything and anyone. And his footprints literally just stopped in the middle of nowhere, and they couldn't figure out what happened to him. That vision quest out there was very much about the landscape welcoming me in, and it's not a case of having to sort of mentally or emotionally dig to find that sort of wild edge. It's there, it's in your face. There's no filters between you and it, which is why it's completely overwhelming at first.